With the exception of the e-bike, there has not been a whole lot of innovation in the world of cycling over the last 100 years. You get on, pedal, change gears if available, stop, and repeat. All that changed with the inception of the belt drive though. Even though not exactly new, belt drive systems on bicycles have not been affordable to the average consumer. Welcome the Cooper by the Brilliant Bicycle Company. The Cooper adds style and functionality along with the little to no maintenance reliability of a Gates carbon belt drive system combined with a Shimano Nexus internal gear hub. The Brilliant Bicycle Company has really made it easy for you to assemble a Cooper and get rolling in no time. They have included everything that you need for assembly as well as support on the website for anything that you may encounter along the way. What comes in the box is everything you need to assemble the bike plus a little bit more. You get a 15mm wrench, 4, 5, and 6mm Allen keys, reflectors, pedals, and user guides. One of the most impressive items in the accessory box is the touch-up paint. This is a first for any bicycle that I've ever purchased. Like I said, assembly of the Cooper is really easy, so let's throw it together. The accessory box even acts as a bike stand to help you assemble the bike. Just pop out the tabs and insert the front forks. Just brilliant, no pun intended. And that's it. Just put a little air in the tires and you're good to go. The only thing that is left is take it for a spin. I don't have another belt drive to compare to as this is my first, but I can say for certain that the transfer of power going through that Gates carbon belt drivetrain is impressive and noticeable immediately in comparison to a standard chain-driven bike. It just feels solid through the downstroke. The Cooper is super comfortable and fun to ride. One thing I did notice though was the rim brakes. I increased the volume here so you can hear, but these things really scream at you when you come to a stop. This is likely something that could be corrected with a little bit of brake adjustment though. I took the Cooper to this street intentionally for its tight spacing and sharp corner. This is a city bike, so I wanted to see how it handled in a city setting. The Cooper really shined here. I was able to make that turn without putting my foot down, which I can say is a first for me. I mentioned affordable already, but to look at the Cooper, this bike looks more than it costs. At just $399, you get a real deal, and it can easily be mistaken as a higher priced vehicle. Those white dropouts matched with the subdued chrome really stands out. The graphics on the bike are simplistic yet stylish. I really like that simple B logo on the front. Everything finishes off nicely with that matte green. It also comes in blue with brown vinyl grips and saddle. This thing is just pretty. Looks aside though, now for the real test. The Cooper is only a 3-speed, which made me skeptical about purchasing. Now the video does not do it justice, but the hill I am climbing is my benchmark for the gearing for every bike I've ever owned. It's only 1 mile from the bottom to the top with a steady, steep, and gradual incline the entire way up. There have been 24-speed bikes that I've struggled with on this hill. If I can make it up this climb without being white by the time I get to the top, it's a great bike in my opinion. Let's see how the Cooper does. So far, so good. The impressive thing here is I'm over halfway up the climb at this point, and right around here I just switched to the lowest gear. Feels like a winner already. And here we are at the top. Only on a 3-speed drivetrain, the Cooper performed like a champ. So overall, the Cooper is impressive. It looks great, handles almost perfect, and that Gates carbon belt drive rounds the machine out to an effective and functional bike. Now with all this good, there is undoubtedly some bad, albeit not a whole lot. First of all, which actually became a non-issue, was the internal hub drivetrain. The user manual, along with everything else, touts its quietness. Now it is much quieter than the traditional change drive, especially when shifting. However, there's a very audible clicking sound when pedaling. I reached out to Brilliant about this, and they noted that this is normal with all 3-speed internal hub drives. They even went on to say that the sound would likely lessen over time. The sound was just not what I was expecting and something to be mindful of. The next downside really is not a problem with the bike, but with the shipping. There was no physical damage to the box or the bike, but after assembling and riding, I noticed the tires were out of true. I don't mean by a little, I mean a lot. Look at those things, they're like a wet noodle. To be fair, I expected this and understand that this was a downside to having a bike shipped to you, but not quite to this degree. Just something to note if you get one of these, you may need to plan to take your bike to your local bike shop to get the wheels in alignment, which is something that you really should plan to do regardless for a safety once-over. In closing, for less than $400, you can't go wrong with this bike. It has all the style, function, and reliability that anyone can ask for in a commuter bicycle. All of this is backed by the Brilliant brand, in which the kind folks at Brilliant really stand behind. Something to duly note too, the customer service you get when buying from Brilliant is phenomenal. They walk you through the buying process and go out of their way to answer any questions you have. The only bad thing is, if you want a Cooper, you will have to wait. It's mid-July and the site notes that they will not start shipping again until October 1st. Hopefully the pandemic will settle down soon so you can pick up one of these when you are ready. What do you think about the Cooper? Would you recommend one? Do you have any other belt drive bikes? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.